Hello friends, this is Larry with Rides Done Right. I'm at the 2016 Shift S3ctor Airstrip Attack, and great cars out here. Probably one of the premier teams that's out here is OB Prestige. They have 4 Lamborghinis, and Haig is one of the drivers. Haig?
Yes, sir.
Nice to meet you, man.
It's a pleasure.
So, first of all, let's narrow it down to which car you drive. We have 4 colors here. Now, today I don't see one of them. We'll talk about that in a minute, but which color of the car are you driving?
I'm driving the blue one, and actually all of our cars have names as well. So the blue one is Double Trouble. The red one that the owner drives is Don't Blink. His fiance owns the pink one, which is called Sexy. And our other driver, Pierre, drives the rear-wheel drive Lamborghini Gallardo, which is called Bolt. So each of them have a character of their own.
That's really cool. Now, do you decal those somewhere, or is it just names that you guys know? Or
actually, the first car that the team built was the red one, and it kind of came up, like to give it a kind of like a name, some sort of character, and that was Don't Blink, And then when the owner came up with that kind of just trailed on into the other cars coming in and getting names for those ones too. So Double Trouble would be like the evil twin of the red one. And then we decided to do a rear-wheel drive car, which became Bolt. And then, Sexy, she's pretty sexy if you look at her. So that's the female car. But all of them kind of have their own personality.
So, how did you guys do yesterday? You guys did several runs. I know your first one was kind of a warm-up to break in, make sure brakes and everything were good. What kind of a top speed, and how did it go?
So, we had a lot of success with Sexy. So, she is the fastest dual-clutch twin-turbo Hurricane to date. So, the fastest we've done with her is 209 miles an hour. And today we're planning on going into 2 teens. And then we can go faster, but then we're working on a 5th Lamborghini, which is a green one called Envy, which has an upgraded transmission, and that one will go in the 230s, 240s eventually.
Now that green one isn't here this weekend though, is it?
No, it's not, because we're still working on the transmission. These cars very, very electronic. You change something, this is just a lot of data that we have to acquire and a lot of stuff we have to tune to get these cars to run properly, and that's and it's a very, very new chassis. So a lot of our competitors have opted to use the older transmissions in the newer bodies, which gives them the freedom to do whatever they want and to go as fast as they want. But the future of these cars is to really keep this dual clutch transmission, like the GTRs that are running out there and everything.
So what was the top speed you got with the blue one yesterday?
Blue one actually didn't drive. I drove all the way to the line, and we had a clutch issue. So we came back and we tore the transmission apart, and we took the clutch out, and we were lucky enough to have one of our competitors underground lend us a clutch. So we're putting that clutch in right now, and we will run that today. The red one went out for a couple of test passes, and then by the end of the day we did our last run, which was 230.6 miles an hour. And we tried to go out and do a faster run, but we had a little electronic issue. So today we're really going to be full tilt on that car. We're going to really try to go and get that 200 plus or 240 benchmark that our competitors have, set the bar with.
So we saw those runs when they got hot yesterday, and so 230, you are right on the heels of the 2 top cars that are in here right now. And one of the things, everybody had the same problem yesterday in that in their later runs, it was real hot. Everybody seemed to run a little off of their pace, even though they were trying to kind of tune them up. But everybody sounds like they have the same plan for today, and that is cool weather, and we're going to light it up.
Exactly. They've said that today is going to be a bit cooler, and the morning is usually the time where you see everyone come out and try to nail that run with this cool breeze out here. The wind is also very affectant of our run, so if we have a nice tailwind helping us, that's a couple of miles an hour there, and everyone is inching to get that extra 1 mile an hour to have the world record. So we're going to be trying real hard this morning to dial in the cars as early as possible. So when we go out there, by the time it's like 11:30, 12, we've really done what we want to do. And then the rest of the day, things get a bit hotter. Yeah, it's harder to push through the power, but it's just all about getting everything to work at the right time. And that's going to be this morning.
Well, the wind, we definitely noticed that yesterday. It was really weird that it changed. I mean, it was at the tail for part of the day, and then I think it was later in the day the wind shifted more towards the side.
Yeah, and we experience a lot of that type of that change in the velocity of the air and the direction as well. Most of these runways that we're racing at, they're in big fields. And in the morning you might have no wind. In the afternoon you might have a crazy headwind. So if you're stuck and you hadn't got that important run in the morning, and now you're trying to beat your competitors in the afternoon with a headwind, well, you're at a complete disadvantage. And we've been in situations like that, so we know how important it is to get out as early as possible. And if there's no wind, that's good. So that's the time we want to go out, and everything's very neutral and the car feels great. The track isn't as hot, but since the cars are all-wheel drive and we got a lot of good rubber on there, we really like the track here in Oregon. It gives us adequate grip, and it's just about getting out there as early as possible.
So there's no shakedown this morning. It will be light them up on that first run and go after it right off the bat.
Yeah, definitely. The red car is going to go out there with more power than yesterday, so it's going to be doing 230 something. And usually our daily strategy is to go out there and by the third run have the results that we wanted. So first run is just to get reaccommodated to the car and the track. Second one, we're bumping it up, and the third one is like a Hail Mary pass. So since we've kind of already done that yesterday, and today is also another top speed day, we're just going to go out there and try to hit it hard from the get-go and just raise that mile an hour up to the 240s.
So one last question: how long have you been racing? How old are you, and how long have you been racing?
I'm 33 years old. I've been racing since I am 19 years old. Road racing, drifting. I've been with OB Prestige Auto for roughly 3.5 years now. And we have, with OB Prestige Auto, a road racing team, which we go road race all over the Americas. And then as well, we have the half-mile acceleration team here with the 5 Lamborghinis. So a lot of seat time with these guys, a fantastic group of people, and just the best racing experiences we've all had.
One of the things I noticed too is that you are very involved in the mechanics. You were all over that car a little bit ago talking about things I wouldn't know about, but obviously the mechanic talking you very much in the know.
Yeah, my profession is a performance mechanic and a specialist, but the guys that have built the cars are Hefner Performance. They are the true specialists of the twin turbo Lamborghinis, Vipers, Ford GTs. So these guys do all kinds of crazy multi-thousand horsepower builds on these cars, and they're the guys that have really built the cars to perform and to win us many first place prizes over the 3 years that we've been doing this. We're just give them a hand as much as we can, to get stuff fixed up and ready for today. So yeah, those are the true guys out there that have developed the cars to perform as well as they do at the event.
That's great. Well, we appreciate you giving us the time today, and best of luck with the runs today.
Thank you. We'll be out there.
Thank you, guys. See you next time.
Engine got stuck on the rev limiter. I let go of the throttle, but the engine got stuck on the rev limiter, like as if the throttles got stuck open.